In a land of tradition and wealth, there lived a man of great honor, a father, respected and rich, blessed with land, livestock, servants, and glory. His estate stood wide and proud, with ancient buildings, galloping horses, braying donkeys, and faithful workers going about their daily duties. Among all he had, he treasured one person above the rest, his only son. A young man in his early 20s, clothed in fine robes, eyes full of potential. The father loved him deeply, and the estate was destined to be his. The father often said, "One day, all of this will be yours," and the boy would smile, proud and confident, walking like a prince among servants. But behind the gold and honor, a silent whisper crept into the boy's heart, a whisper of greed. One day, when no one was looking, or so he thought, he crept into a storeroom and stole a handful of gold coins from his father's treasure. What he didn't know was that someone did see him, a servant. Sharp-eyed, sly, and quiet as a shadow, he watched through a dusty window and said nothing. Not yet. When the father traveled far on business, that same servant came forward with a chilling threat. He said, "I saw what you did. One word from me, and your father will never look at you the same again." The son begged. He pleaded. "Please don't tell him," he cried. "I'll do anything." And so, the servant made him a slave. From that day, the prince of the estate became the lowest in his own house. He swept floors he once walked proudly on. He ate leftovers from the hands of those he once commanded. Every smile he wore faded into sorrow. Every day he was reminded of his shame, not by punishment from his father, but by the cruelty of the one who held his secret. Time passed. He grew lean, his skin paled, the brightness in his eyes died slowly, and yet he told no one, until the burden became too heavy to bear. One evening, trembling and thin, the son crawled into the great hall where his father once praised him. He fell to his knees, weeping. "Father," he said, "I have sinned. I took what was not mine. I feared your anger. So I stayed silent, and I became a slave in your house." The father looked down at his son, broken but honest. And instead of turning away, he opened his arms. "You are my son," he whispered. "You always were." And in that moment, mercy triumphed over fear. But the story did not end there. The father stood, filled with righteous anger, not at the son, but at the servant who used fear to enslave him, the one who blackmailed, abused, and tormented. He summoned him before all and declared, "For your cruelty and deceit, you shall serve no more in this house." And so the servant was cast out. And the son, once a prisoner of his secret, was clothed again in royal robes, his honor restored, his place renewed, his head held high, not because he was perfect, but because he was honest. In the end, the greatest prison is not a cell, but a secret, and the greatest freedom comes not through hiding, but through confession, because the truth you know will set you free.